Hey guys, how are you? Just full disclosure, my Comcast decided that my Wi-Fi didn't need to work this morning, so I'm on LTE and we're just gonna fingers crossed that this works the whole time. We're just doing our best. So, hi everybody. Happy to see you all, and spring is fully in swing, and I don't know if you've noticed from all the pollen and just everything that is blooming all of a sudden that there's been kind of a reset button that's been pressed, and everything is just vibrant and lovely, and especially after a little bit of wet weather we had earlier this week, things are just showing off now. So go outside if you can, enjoy some of that beautiful weather, and it's also a great time to just have a reset button in your routine and in your day-to-day life. If you've been kind of going stir crazy, I always find that stepping outside, even if it's just in my own front yard, and getting my hands in the dirt and checking out, just like what's growing and what's happening in nature around me really brings me back in tune with nature. We are nature. So it just kind of reaffirms that for ourselves, that we are a part of this whole big, great world, and to spend time in it and get our feet dirty and dig around if you can. With all that said, it's also a really great time to, I want to say detoxify, but not probably in the way that you think. Ayurveda, which is yoga sister science, they believe that the time to reset and do their version of cleanse is when the seasons are transitioning, so spring and fall mostly. And if you have any desire to maybe switch up your routine or start being more mindful about what you're eating, especially during this time now when we really have a lot of time to spend in our kitchens if we want, now's a great time to lean into that and support our immunity and support our systems as we transition from the wintry, wet, cool times of the year into this more vibrant and outdoorsy and sunny and happy time of year. So just being mindful of that as we are part of nature. Our bodies also transition as the seasons transition. So today, in that note, we're gonna do some work on some transitions, and maybe add in a little bit of some different twistings and stuff like that, just to help our system flush through. And transitions are really kind of the grit of yoga, of your asana practice, because that's when we really have to test ourselves and see if we're willing to linger when it's really tough to do so. And so let's get started. Today we're going to start on our backs. So if you have blocks that you prefer to use, gather your stuff around you. You can grab your strap if that is part of your practice. And then let's begin in corpse pose, but instead of having your palms out and turned up, let's place them on our bodies. And you can have one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. You can stack both hands on your ribs. Anywhere you can feel the fullness of your own breath. Feel your inhales just lifting your palms up, and your exhales bringing them down. to imagine that my palms are just receiving my breath. That life force, energetic prana that's flowing right into my own hands. Take a big breath and just feel it lift you, fill you up. And then release that exhale slowly. And if your eyes are closed, just start to blink them open. Notice what your eyes are taking in right now. The environment around you. Just softly letting that input come in slowly and gently without too much focus on one thing in particular. Just noticing, and reach your arms overhead. And at first we're just going to relax them over our heads. Let your toes wiggle a little bit. And then take a big morning stretch, reaching your heels away from your palms. Stretch through your belly, through your ribs. I even like to wiggle side to side a little bit, kind of opening through that gap between your top of your hips and the bottom of your ribs. And take your arms up, reaching towards the sky. Take your legs up, and then we're just going to wiggle a little bit. And you're in your own practice, like don't worry about looking silly. Don't worry about looking like a bug on its back. It's just to get some of that energy flowing through, wiggle out some blockages. Feel a little silly for a minute. Good. Okay, and then we're going to extend one leg down, well actually both legs down first. And then hug your left thigh bone in towards your belly so that your knee's bent and it's kind of pulling in towards your chest. You're going to reach both hands to the outside of the left thigh. We'll just take some tiny pulses here. So reaching catty corner to the room, shoulders lifting. Just keep pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, reach, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend both legs, reach your arms back over your head, stretch. Lift your ribs, and then we're going to pull, extending the left leg straight, hovering it off the mat, pull the right knee in towards your chest, and then we'll pulse. Maybe reaching a little bit more each time, pulling that left shoulder blade totally off the mat and then trying to get the right shoulder blade as high as you can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big stretch back. And then hug both knees in towards your chest or your face. Let's take some rock side to side. And then grip on the back of the knees into that hollow, and then start to rock and roll. We'll do about 3 or 4 of these. These are fun, and you can, now that we've warmed up our core, you can really kind of tune in right there and let the movement come from that place behind your belly button. On the last time, catch a little bit of air, cross your ankles, step back downward facing dog. Oh yeah. Doing this first down dog. I'm certainly feeling some spots that need a little bit of gentleness, a little bit of
slow pedaling. We'll allow for that. And it's often hard, even transitioning from life. We're all likely at our homes where it's a little bit more difficult. We don't have that ride to the studio. We don't have that few minutes before class where we're in a new place. We don't necessarily have that time that acts as its own natural transition, so we have to build it in for ourselves. Maybe taking it a little bit slowly at the beginning to really step into our practice and let everything else fall away. Now that our backs and our legs are feeling a little bit more open, start to turn on your down dog so that it's taking a little bit more effort than maybe you even want to put into it. This down dog's a really challenging pose if you allow it to be. Press down into your palms so that you feel every little pad of your fingers and palms, feel those press down. Almost like you're trying to reach your tailbone away from your wrists. Lift your hip creases up towards the ceiling and then pull down through your Achilles. Pressing down almost like your toes were going to get lighter because of the powerful reaching your heels are doing, even if they're off the mat. Take a breath in and breath out. Take another breath in. Breath out. Rise high up onto your toes. Bend your knees and look forward. We're going to take a moment here. Just bend your knees, look forward. Keep your hips a little bit high. Inhale. Exhale. Now, often we just want to get to the front of our mat. Well, let's take a moment to feel this right here as its own standalone pose. Take another breath. And empty. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Even if your knees don't move, just have that energy like you're holding a block between your knees. Take another breath in. Another breath out. I promise we'll get there. One more. Exhale. Step forward. Half lift. And then fold, release. Come up all the way. Sweep your arms up. And then bring hands to heart center. Thumbs nestled in towards your heart. Take a breath in. Breath out. Push your heels down into the mat so that your toes lift up. Spread them out really wide as you can, and then just lay them back on the mat. And start to lift your kneecaps up, engage through your thighs, and then spiral, almost pulling your inner thighs towards each other. Squeeze your outer hips in towards the center. Pull your belly in. Low ribs come in towards the center. Starting to feel pretty engaged, locked into place. Press your palms together, drop your shoulders down. Take an inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Squeeze, breathe out. Almost like if somebody were to come over and try to knock you down, they wouldn't be able to because you're so powerfully standing in this pose. Take another inhale. Exhale. Now reach your arms up, look up. And then dive down, breathe out. Let it be a slow dive. Take a half lift. Reach your heart forward. I'm going to step the left leg back to a low lunge. Let it take some time. Inhale your chest like cow, breathe in. Notice the dropping of your left hip down.
And then exhale, we're gonna come into the semi-pyramid pose. So the back heel's still lifted, and just drop your head in towards your shin. And then forward, inhale, and back, exhale. Forward, breathe in. Back, breathe out. Lunge forward, lift your chest. Stay in empty. Take your right arm up, twist open. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, maybe take a half bind here. Tuck the right arm behind your low back, reaching for that left hip. Open the shoulder up, breathe in. Breathe out. Reach the arm back up. And then sweep it down to the mat, exhale. Come to high plank, inhale. Drop to your knees, your chest, and your chin. Now hover your chest forward, come to up dog or cobra. And then let's take tabletop pose, bend your knees, stack your palms underneath your shoulders. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Stay and breathe out. And then press the tops of your feet down to the mat. Hover your knees off of the mat. Take a breath in. And then keep your knees hovered, cat pose. Cow. And cat. If you don't have the openness in the fronts of your feet and the tops of your feet, you can have your toes tucked here if you need to. Cow. And cat. Squeeze your thighs. Lift your chest. Round and exhale. Feel that heat start to build. One more big lift. Round and exhale. Lower the knees, tabletop. Tuck your toes, down dog. Come high up on your toes, breathe in. Bend your knees, look between your hands. Stay for the inhale, y'all. And the exhale. And then step or jump. Half lift. Fold, breathe out. Rise up all the way, mountain pose. Engage all those muscles. Hands to heart center, strong mountain. Then reach both hands up, look up, stretch back. Forward fold. Half lift. Right leg goes right back. Low lunge. Inhale, chest like cow. Feel the right hip pull forward. Exhale, pyramid. Forward, inhale. Hips draw back, exhale. Inhale. Back, exhale. One more forward, breathe in. And then exhale, stay. Left arm reaches up. And breathe out. And you can stay right here or come to the half bind, reaching the left hand behind your low back. And reach the arm back up if it's bound. Take an inhale. Exhale. Plant the palm. High plank. Breathe in. Your knees, your chest, and your chin lower. And then pull forward, cobra or up dog. Tabletop exhale. Hover your knees, breathe in. Breathe out. Lift your chest, lift your tailbone like this little hovering cow. And then exhale, round. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, round. One more, lift chest. Hover the knee, or drop the knees, sorry. Exhale. Take a breath in. And tuck toes down dog. In breath. And down. Come up onto your toes. Bend your knees. Prepare
and then step or float. Halfway, fold, reach up all the way, and chair pose. Use the whole exhale to lower your hips. Breathe in, breathe out. Two more breaths, y'all. Stick with me. Maybe sink a little lower. Another inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift. Step the left leg back, low lunge. Now from here, we're gonna stay really light in our fingertips. So already our legs are working. And from your fingertips, come to your fingernails. And from fingernails, hover. And then from there, sweep up, crescent lunge. Take a breath in and breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Good, one more. Look up. Bring your palms down to the mat, y'all. Down dog split. Hover the right leg back up. Bend your knee and open your hip. Take another breath in. Step forward, warrior feet. Reach up. Warrior two. Now keeping this shin pressing forward, reach back for peaceful warrior. And then high plank, glide down. Just notice not to rush. Inhale, knees, chest, chin. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Come high up on your toes. Bend your knees. Step or float. Half lift. Chair pose. So chest is lifted as your hips are reaching down towards your heels. Big toes touch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Another inhale here, forward fold, half lift, reach your right leg back, low lunge. Okay, you know where we're going, so you know not to put too much weight in your hands. We're gonna keep really light into our fingers, and we're just gonna notice what's going on in our legs, in our bellies, even our feet, as our weight gets lighter and lighter in our fingertips. Squeeze your inner thighs together, and then reach forward first, and then up for crescent lunge. Take a deep breath, and exhale. All right, y'all, we got two more here. Maintaining that intensity in the legs. Breathe and reach up. Palms come down, down dog split. Carry that left leg up. And then bend the knee and open the hip. Take a breath in. Breath out. One more, y'all. And then slowly bring it forward, warrior feet. Reach up, warrior one, warrior two. Keeping the lunge nice and deep, reach
reach away from it, breathe in. High plank, breathe out. Inhale. Knees, chest, chin. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing. Take a breath. And let it go. Toes, knees, step or float. Half lift. Chair pose. Take a breath in here. Then we're going to bring hands to heart center. Take an inhale. And exhale. Lift your left heel off the mat while keeping your right heel anchored down. And then not rushing, not wishing it away. Let the sensation be exactly as it is. Pull that left heel in towards your bottom. And then reaching your hands alongside your hips, palms turned out, down, thumbs out to the side walls. You're gonna come to airplane pose, but take your time, straightening the front leg and reaching the toes back. You wanna find a little bit of a locust or an up dog in your shoulders, keeping your chest open and lifted. Take a breath in, breath out. And now just as slowly start to bend the standing leg and let the skin of your toes touch the ground first as you just slowly lower your toes to the mat. Crescent lunge. Woo. Find your feet, feet on solid ground, y'all. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take another breath in. Let's take an open twist to the right. You can take another bind here if you'd like, wrapping your right arm behind your low back. Keep pulling that right shoulder back. Inhale. Exhale. One more here. Let it go. Back to crescent, go slow. Plant palms down. Down dog split. Right leg goes up high. Bend your knee, open your hip. Take a breath here. Stay or flip your dog, y'all. But this transition, bending the left knee and letting the toes just gradually fall behind you. And then lifting up. So as best we can, I know some days there are days where I just flop on over. But as best we can, especially when we're being mindful of transitioning from one pose to another, I want to take it slow and really look at what's going on. We got 3 more breaths. One more, big reach. Down dog split, come back around, right leg up, breathe in. Warrior feet. Rise slowly, warrior 1. Open, warrior 2. Take a breath in and a breath out. Reverse your warrior. And we're just going to slowly move our fingertips towards the mat. Let them land first, and then step about halfway up your mat with your toes on the ground. And then we're going to begin to straighten the front leg and lift the back leg for half moon. When I'm taking this transition into half moon, I like to have my hand grounded on a block or the floor, because I really want to pay attention to the work of the transition instead of trying to necessarily stay balanced on only one leg. different variations for different purposes. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Y'all reach big. I know it's a lot on this leg. We can do it though. Empty. One more. We're gonna take Shiva squat. So bring the left hand down. Take your time, y'all. We're not in a hurry. Left knee comes behind the right knee. And then open the right arm up for a twist. And even here, just coming a little bit lighter in the fingers. Making sure our chest is staying lifted and we're not collapsing over the legs. Take another breath. Send it out. We got it. 3 more. 2. Twist open, reach open. Feet together, fold. It's my favorite kind of fold. After intensity, especially where you can feel a real difference between sides. That was a lot of work. That was a lot of really staying in the intensity, lingering there. And that's what's gonna take your poses and take your transitions to the next level, is doing that hard work. Let's take a half lift, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. You can step or hop back. Up dog, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, exhale. High up on your toes, y'all. Bend your knees. This is getting ready. This is our preparation. Step or jump. Half lift. Fold, let go. Come all the way up. Chair pose. We'll go ahead and bring our hands to heart center because that just helps keep all that energy contained. And then come up onto your right toes. So here I'm just staying right here on the ball of my right foot with my left sole and toes and heel all pressing down. And then we're going to take it up a level, hugging the right heel in towards your right glute. And then go in extra slow, even just slower than you want to. Start to dip your chest forward. Sweep your arms back alongside your hips. Reach your right toes towards the back of your room. And sometimes you fall. But that's good. Falling means that you met your edge. So if you're falling a lot, that means you're just working right at that place of growth. Take another breath. Exhale. Chest lifts, inhale. And then start to bend the knee. You can bring your hands to heart center if you need to. Start to bend the left knee, landing the right toes back. Crescent lunge. And feeling that nice dull ache of sensation, it's building your endurance in the muscle. Take a breath in. Let's take an open twist to the left side. And then option for a bind. Start to unwind from your twist. Reach arms back up. Place your hands down on the mat, down dog split. Left leg comes up. Bend and stack your hip. Take your breath to either prepare or to really get into this hip opener. And then you can stay in the hip opener or flip your dog, but I challenge you to take it slower on this side than you did on the other side. So feeling the left fingertips lift away as the left toes come down. Nice. Breathe in. Breathe out. Squeeze your back body. You can even notice if I squeeze my back body, my front body opens up a little bit more. Squeeze and lift. We're like clothespins, y'all. Squeeze and lift. Take another breath. Empty out. One more here. Down dog split. Bring the left leg up as the left hand grounds. Take a breath in. Warrior feet. Rise. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior, reach on back. And then as your left fingers come close to the mat, your right toes step about halfway up. And then y'all just move into half moon, but linger. Linger in the transition. And what that also does is it lets your brain, it lets your mind kind of catch up to what the body is attempting. And when the mind and body are that deeply connected, it kind of makes muscle memory of how this transition is kind of broken down and really works. So with your left hand grounded, you can lift it if you want, but I encourage you to just stay in the work of the pose without necessarily having to worry about balancing. It also helps to open through the right hip. Take a breath. Exhale. Reach your fingers a little bit more further apart, a little higher in the right hand. Another inhale. And then carefully start to bring the right arm down. Bend the left knee, Shiva squat. Chest is in like a half lift position. Bring your left arm up, twist. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift and fill, inhale. Exhale, press the air out. One more here, big reach up. Forward fold, feet are together. You take your feet a little bit wider. Grab the back of your ankles and use that as leverage to just press your chest through your legs. Drop your crown towards the floor. Just give up that last little bit in the back of your neck. And come to a half lift. Walk your feet in back together if they're apart. Come to high plank. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your right leg up about in line with your hips. Take an inhale. And then take your knee to your left elbow. Then reach it back. And then right down the center towards your chest. Reach it back towards your right elbow. And then reverse, reach it back to your chest. Reach it back. Left elbow. This time hold it here. Inhale, press the mat away. And then leaving your hands where they are, come to falling star legs. Keep your palms exactly as they are, so you're in high plank in your upper body, falling star in your lower body. Take a breath. Exhale. Now start to rotate the left heel down towards the mat. Point your toes to the outside of the mat. And then lift your left arm up. Falling star. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more big reach to lengthen through. Palm comes back down. Leave your legs as they are. Plant the left palm. Hike up the back heel. And then lift the right leg. Try to hover it through. We're going to come to side plank with your right arm up. Breathe in, reach out. Let's take our elbow to our knee. Crunch those obliques. Then reach long. Elbow to knee. Reach. Knee. Reach. Crunch, we got this. 4 more. Keep pressing through your fingertips, y'all. Last 2. Last reach out. Crunch, 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 crunch. High plank, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Up dog. Stay in your up dog. Exhale through. One more, pull your shoulders back, lift your heart. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. Exhale. High plank. Breathe out. You can also do this on your forearms if you need to. Lift the left leg. And then knee the left elbow. Reach it back, nice and slow, nice and strong. Down the center. Reach back. Right elbow. Reach back. Through the center. Lift it back. Left elbow. Reach it on back, y'all. Stay strong. Right elbow. Hold it here. Inhale. Falling star, legs only. Keep your upper body engaged. I know it's tough. Take a breath in. Breath out. Now start to roll onto the inside of the right foot. Point your toes to the outside of your mat. Right arm up. Falling star. Stretch open, breathe in. Breathe out. 3 more. You can do this, you can do this. 1 more. Palms down, keep your legs as they are. Inhale. Exhale. Come back onto the ball of the back foot. Lift the left leg. I know it feels like it weighs 100 pounds. It doesn't, I promise. Come through. Side plank, left arm up. Or your variation of side plank. If you want to take a knee, reach through there. You got this. And then we'll reach up, knee to elbow. Reach out, and crunch in. Lift. You can do this. Out, and in. 3 more. Last one. Hug it in. High plank. Lower to all the way down. Come to your belly, come to your belly. And then just place one ear on the mat. Okay. And you can let air out of your mouth. Stick out your tongue. I can't see you. You're safe to express any release as needed. Feeling that heart rate start to come back to normal, back to rest. And y'all, if you're feeling a lot of sensation, it's one of my favorite feelings is just after a lot of contraction and a lot of staying in the muscle and staying in that work, just to finally release and soften through everything, feeling that flood of your circulation returning. Your whole body was acting as a pump for your lymphatic system, so that's all really flowing right now. We've cleared away any blockages or stagnations. That's that exhilaration after your yoga practice. You're exhilarated. You're infused with prana, with your own life force. Literally. From here, we're gonna take our palms underneath our shoulders. And we're just gonna take a very gentle locust pose, but we're gonna start with palms under shoulders to lift your chest up. And then lifting your left leg off the mat like locust, keeping your right leg grounded. You're gonna reach your right arm back. So it's opposite. Right arm's reaching back, left leg is reaching up. And the left palm is grounded while the right leg is grounded. And then just press, lift up, and exhale. Inhale. Breathe out. Another one here. And then ground the left leg, ground the right palm. Reach your left arm back, your right leg up. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two more, y'all. And then ground the right leg. Keep your chest lifted, both palms under your shoulders. Then try to stay lifted as you reach both palms back. And then feel free if you want to lift your legs, full locust. Inhale. Exhale. Just try to stay calm. One more. And then lower everything down. Come through upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take your right leg up. Half pigeon, right side.
towards your chest. Since our legs are already split in two different directions, we're just going to rotate to the sides of our mats, reaching the right leg straight. We'll come to a wide leg forward fold. So position your legs as far apart as feels sensational but not painful. And then reach your arms up. We'll come down through the center. You can bring your head to a block, or 2 blocks, or a couch cushion. And then just check in, see that your toes are still pointing up towards the ceiling and they have it tucked in. And then keep the tops of your legs slightly engaged. Again, that helps open up the back. When you squeeze the front, it opens up the back. And we'll walk our hands over to the left side. Keeping anchor down through that right hip, even as you reach away from it, especially as you reach away from it. And then walk hands down through the middle to the other side. You might start to feel that left hip kind of come up, see the gap, just press it back down. And then walk all the way to the other side. We'll come to half pigeon, left shin forward. And drop it. And start to come up, hold your hands back. We're going to take the waterfall or shoulder stand. Just getting our legs above our heads for a moment. You can bring your hands to your thighs. They worked really hard today, y'all. So if you want to bring your hands to your thighs and give them a massage, even up to your calves. Taking your time and receiving your own touch is really soothing to your nervous system. So even though it feels really hard when we're in those slower transitions and we're taking our time, it's building this trust with your body that you know what you're doing, you know exactly where you are, you know exactly where you're going, and you're spending enough time so that your brain, your mind can catch up. And from wherever you are, start to bring your knees in towards your chest. And then take them over to the right side, look left. And come through center. Take your knees left, look right. And then through the center one more time. yourself up and squeeze. You spread your toes out, wiggle them, take another breath in. And then relax into Shavasana, just as we began. This time you can have your palms turned up and softened. As tempting as it might be, since you're not in a room full of people, you're on your own, in your own practice, I just encourage you so much to give yourself the gift of Shavasana. Especially now, we need it. And stay here as long as you like, if you have the extra time. Or you can start to roll into your side. And then from your side, pressing up to your seat as you're ready. Keep your eyes closed or leave them open. Just keep your face relaxed. We will end this practice in awe of ourselves and the courage and dedication it takes to come to our practice. And knowing that this is the best gift we can give ourselves, is to have a sanctuary, even if it's not a physical sanctuary, it's a mental sanctuary, spiritual sanctuary of your practice. Thank you for being here. The light in me loves the light in each of you. Namaste. Thanks y'all so much for practicing, for being here. If you have any questions, please reach out to Glow, message us through Instagram, any way that you want to email. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to keep this connection going, even if we can't see and hug and be with each other in real life. Have a great rest of your week, and I